Hello, I'm Anne Kerr. Welcome to my art studio. Boats are always a popular topic when it comes to paintings. So in this week's video, I'm going to show you how to paint a very old-fashioned sailing ship at low tide. And if you want the line drawing for this painting so that you can have a go at it yourself, I'll put the line drawing up on my website and there'll be a link to that in the description below this video. So you can have a go at that if you want to. So, are you ready? These are the brushes I'll be using, my large wash brush, my number 12 round, my number 8 round and my little rigger. The first thing to do is to wet the paper all the way down to the horizon. Now I will speed up the video in a few places if the painting gets a little repetitive. So in now with some raw sienna, just above the horizon. Add a little Pyrrole Scarlet and let that blend onto the wet paper. Remember that your paint will dry a lot lighter, so don't be afraid to put the colour in fairly strong. So cobalt blue, leaving spaces for the clouds, and blend it all together. Ooh, that's strong. But it'll blend out without a problem. Darken the top with a little more cobalt blue. And a bit more blending. Now a slightly stronger mix of cobalt blue and Pyrrole Scarlet. And the same colours into the water, now painting wet on dry. A little bit darker at the top, with a slightly stronger mix of the same colours. Allow it to dry before going in with cobalt blue and Pyrrole Scarlet, but just an even stronger mix. Notice how I'm scraping the brush along the paper. A little bit darker here and there. The same mixture, just a little darker. Go carefully round the edges of the buildings with the same mixture but with a little more scarlet added to it. And a little bit darker nearer to the buildings. Now a mix of raw sienna and burnt sienna. And a little bit darker at the bottom. Now mark in the horizon again with the same mix of cobalt blue and pyrrole scarlet. And a few distant trees to add a bit of depth to that side of the painting. A little bit of sandy area underneath the buildings. Leave a few white spaces for interest. Cobalt blue and pyrrole scarlet again for the shadows. Burnt sienna on the roof. A little blue for the windows and doors. And we'll come back and put the shadows on the buildings when they're dry. 2 pieces of card, a damp stiff brush, rub away to remove the paint, and you have a little yacht. In fact, you have 3 by magic. A little line underneath, and there you have 3 little yachts. Back to this side, which is now dry, and put the shadows in. Wet the area around the puddles. Now in with some raw sienna onto the wet paper. Drop in a little burnt umber, and a bit of burnt sienna. Let them mix onto the wet paper. A little more burnt umber. And a little burnt umber mixed with ultramarine. Some little dark splodges over on the trees. By the way, dark splodges is a technical term. Now for the boat itself. This is a mixture of burnt umber and ultramarine blue, really nice and dark. I also drop in some burnt sienna, but you may not notice that because of the angle of the lights, but it is in there. But leave a few white spaces to make the boat look more interesting. This is where I drop in the burnt sienna, but it's not all that obvious because of the lights in the studio. Now for the rudder. Whoops, steady Anne, mind that shaky hand. Now finish off the other side of the boat with a magical colour called palette muck. Just the little bits and pieces that are sitting in your palette will do for that. Finish off the bow of the boat. And let the whole thing dry. Now I wouldn't normally use a ruler, but I've got rather a shaky hand, and I think a mast with a big bend in the middle would not probably add anything to this painting. So I'm having to use a ruler. I don't like doing it, but I think for this particular painting it's necessary. Right, put the ruler away, Anne. Now some little bits and pieces on the boat. Doesn't matter what it is, just as long as it looks as though there's something going on the boat. Using the same dark colours. Now let's have a go at this one by hand. Steady. Oh, not too bad, bit of a kink at the end. Now some burnt sienna for the sails. And burnt sienna with a little bit of burnt umber added. Add a little bit more burnt umber for the shadows. And put in the sail on the stern of the boat. Whoops, a little bit extra there. Now this is where the rigger brush comes into its own. This is what it was originally made for painting the riggings on ships. Now a little sail that's rolled up, again with burnt sienna with a little bit of burnt umber. Let's put in the flag. Always have a bit of red in your painting if you can. And the bit we forgot. Now I don't know what these are, but they look very interesting. Wet the area immediately underneath the boat and drop in the reflection using the same colours. Now for the muddy sandy bit, drop in some burnt sienna, wet on dry, and pull it out with a dry brush. And a bit of texture here and there. Add the water using the blue of the sky. Remember, your colours will dry much lighter, so don't be afraid to put the colours in fairly strongly. Now while that's still wet, drop in the reflection of the mast and the sail. And the other little mast. Now with the rigger brush, the reflection of those interesting bits. And using the same colours from our palette, just drop in a bit of dark on the far side of the puddles, not the near side, because you wouldn't see those. And a little bit more of the dark while it's still wet. And let it blend together. Now cover up the bits that you don't want to get splashed and add a bit of texture. A little bit of the sky red reflection in the puddle. And there we have the finished painting. A lovely old Thames barge under a beautiful evening sky. If you think you'd like to have a go at this little painting, then I'll put the line drawing for it up on my website, and there'll be a link to that in the description down below this video. So you can use that line drawing to trace or copy to get yourself started and have a go at the painting. If you've enjoyed this video and you'd like some more like it, then consider clicking that subscribe button and the little bell icon, because that will let you know when I upload another video. If you've enjoyed this one, then give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Remember, there is an artist in everyone. Goodbye for now.